Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, proud family and friends, and above all, members of the graduating class of 2025, welcome to this remarkable occasion. Today we come together to celebrate an extraordinary group of students and the vibrant community we have built at the Bologna Center. This moment is, of course, also meaningful for me personally. You are the first class I have had the privilege to accompany from start to finish. And I even had the pleasure of teaching one of your courses this past fall. I have also watched you grow into a truly impressive cohort over this intense and, I'm sure, unforgettable year. Your time with us has coincided with the 70th anniversary of our school, an occasion to reflect not only on the institution's history, but on the resilience and renewal that you have embodied. Let me take a moment to honor the legacy of Professor Seagrove Haynes, founder of SAIS Europe, whose vision it was to create a place for advanced interdisciplinary training in international affairs, where students would be guided by a distinguished international faculty, but also learn from one another. I'm sure he would be deeply proud to see how that vision continues to thrive in graduates like you. Now, we at SAIS Europe believe that education is more than the mere transmission of knowledge. Our mission is to ignite curiosity, cultivate critical thinking, and prepare you for meaningful careers in a rapidly evolving world. Just as importantly, we aim to foster a spirit of tolerance, dialogue, and collaboration across cultures, values which are essential for leadership in today's interconnected and often polarized global environment. You have helped mark our anniversary with energy, creativity, and purpose, qualities that I'm sure will serve you well beyond Bologna. Let me mention some impressive numbers from the SAIS Europe class of 2025. 200 students representing 50 different countries, enrolled in over 95 academic courses and 30 professional skills courses, studying foreign languages with purpose and enriching campus life through 32 student clubs and countless study trips and career tracks. You made your mark not only academically, but also socially, with initiatives like the first ever SAIS Europe Student Symposium or a Thanksgiving celebration that brought the community together in new and meaningful ways. Your enthusiasm, intellect, and community spirit have left a lasting impression on all of us. As you move from students to alumni, remember that you are now part of a global network, a community of practitioners, policymakers, scholars, and entrepreneurs who share your SAIS Europe roots. This network will be, I'm sure, a source of support, inspiration, and connection that will stay with you throughout your life and career. Class of 2025, congratulations on everything you have accomplished. Carry forward the knowledge, the friendships, and the values you gained here. Be bold, be curious, and be the change you wish to see in the world. We are proud of you. We believe in you, and we can't wait to see what you will do next. Thank you for your attention. And thank you, and let me now give the floor to my colleague Eugene Finkel, Kenneth Keller, Professor of International Affairs, who will introduce our keynote speaker. Evgeny, over to you.
Thank you, Professor De Hoos. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2025. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Dmytro Kuleba. Mr. Kuleba served as Ukraine's Minister of Foreign Affairs from March 2020 until September 2024. He is the youngest foreign minister in the country's history and was a key figure in President Zelensky's cabinet during Russia's full-scale invasion. As Ukraine's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Kuleba played a pivotal role in international diplomacy, building coalitions, securing arms, advancing Ukraine's EU and NATO bids, and expanding ties with Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Mr. Kuleba is also known for his exceptional communication and diplomatic skills, and he has transformed Ukraine's Ministry of Foreign Affairs into a leader in wartime messaging and communication, and pioneered the world's first AI-driven government spokesperson. On top of being a successful politician and a diplomat, he is also the best-selling author of The War for Reality, a practical guide to resisting disinformation and information warfare, and the editor of War and New Horizons, a collection of essays by global thought leaders on Ukraine's impact on the future world order. Today, Mr. Kuleba is based in Ukraine and holds appointments as Senior Fellow at Harvard's Belfer Center, Associate Professor at Sciences Po, and Distinguished Fellow at the European Council on Foreign Relations. Dmytro Ivanovich, щиро вітаємо вас до Johns Hopkins. Mr. Kuleba, welcome.
Oh, that was generous. I hope I will meet up the expectation now. Good afternoon. I came here last night together with my wife Svetlana, and we were on a plane from London, which was full. And one of the passengers asked me whether the reason I was going to Bologna was the Formula One race. And I said, no, I have a far more important reason to go there. And he said, like, what can it be? To celebrate the FC Bologna victory in the National Cup? I said, no, you're wrong again. I'm going to attend the Johns Hopkins commencement ceremony. And he was like, But I actually meant it. As important as the Copa is for the football club, it's just another Copa. As important as Formula One it is for its fans, it's just another race. But what you are about to embark on is the race of your lives. And in the course of this race, you will shape not only your own lives, not only the lives of those who are close to you, your beloved ones, but who knows, maybe the lives of millions of people living in different countries of the world. So this is why I do sincerely believe that this gathering is much more important than anything else happening on this day in Bologna, and I'm proud to be with you today. And I love this laurel crowns. believe it or not, I mean, of course, that was for the phrase to start the second sentence with. As you can imagine, I did hundreds of speeches throughout my life, in big meetings, in small meetings, in some very exclusive gatherings. But believe it or not, this is my first commencement speech. And it will always stay very close to my heart. And I appreciate the opportunity that this institution gave to me. And it's a big responsibility. One thing is to come up and speak about foreign policy and the world and what's happening. But to speak to the people who will start their new lives tomorrow is an absolutely different level of responsibility. And I was thinking of what can I share with you. And I came up with 3 words which I hope you will find helpful. The first one is think. 22 years ago, when I graduated from my university in Kiev, the basic skill that we were given by our professors was to think, to structure our thoughts, and to come up with ideas based on the thoughts that we have. Now, you will graduate in a different world. You have AI. And AI can do a lot of things to you. Primarily, it can structure your thoughts. It can help you to come up with ideas, but it cannot replace your thoughts. It cannot substitute your ability to think, your ability to ask artificial intelligence the right questions, to get the right answers. And those people who will embrace this new reality as the life in which you still bear primary responsibility for your thoughts, but you delegate, that you learn how to delegate the structuring of your thoughts and some part of creativity to AI, will benefit the most, and because you will free up new resources, new energy, and more time to thinking. And I encourage you not to use artificial intelligence, which is becoming a commonplace, and there will be even more of it, as a way to replace yourself, but as a way to make you stronger. And it all starts with thoughts. And I'm sure that with your professors, with your teachers here, and also in Washington, there are plenty of thoughts nested in your beautiful minds. And I sincerely wish you to find your way of dealing with technology in the world that we live in. For those of you who will decide to dedicate their lives to diplomacy, you know that diplomacy is one of the most conservative professions in the world. But even diplomats learned how to use social media, and they are embracing artificial intelligence. So you will be the pioneers of this if you take the right approach to it. The second word is dream. Do not be afraid of dreaming. I once saw a survey that indicated a fact that stunned me. There are far less people who dare to dream than we think. Many people are afraid of dreaming. And when you are afraid of dreaming, you lose your ambition. You cannot set a goal for yourself. In your situation 20 years ago, I thought I would change the world. Was that guaranteed? No. What did I learn over these years is that changing the world takes time. But you have to keep dreaming. You have to keep dreaming of bringing the change that you are willing to bring. Dreaming of dreams coming true. And invest yourself every day in this job. Dreams require daily work, daily effort to come true. They do not come true out of the blue. So dream of a better world, of inspiring accomplishments, of changing lives, but also invest yourself fully in your dreams. And I can reveal a secret to you. No dream, even if you have a dream, even if you invest yourself fully in it, there is still a bit of luck that you need to succeed. And I wish all of you to have that luck with you. But without the first two things, having dreams and working on them on a daily basis, no luck is going to help. And the third word would be to believe. The old world was far more convenient than this one that we live in. There were black things, there were white things, and there were gray things in the middle. Everything was structured. Now, I don't have to dwell on this. You live in the same world that I do. We live in a world where everything is real, even the unreal. People believe that Earth is flat. Although, 400 years ago in this very city, there were already scholars proving that that was not the case. Open any social media and you will see millions of people sharing the views which are simply not true and not based on facts. But they do believe in it. And you cannot ignore them. You cannot sideline them. You cannot pretend they do not exist. Unfortunately, there is no philosophical framework to grasp the reality that we live in. And you will face a lot of difficulties. But the best advice I can give to you at this point is identify what you believe in and fight for it. Because this is not the world where you can defend what you believe in without fighting for it, where what you believe in is given to you for granted, and no one will dare to take it away from you. This is not the world where you will feel protected by institutions, by the law, by your political leadership. No, this world is gone, and I'm afraid it will never come back again. So you are the ones who are going to shape the new rules for the new world. Again, 20 years ago, my professors were lecturing us on the world that is changing, the transformation that is taking place. I also did some teaching 10 years following my graduation, and I was telling my students the same thing. The world is changing, the world is transforming, we live in the middle of change. The world has changed. It's done. It's different. And welcome. Now you handle it. Our job is done. We are teaching now. Now it's your responsibility. But you cannot do it. You cannot achieve anything if you do not believe in something. For example, this institution played a fundamental role in strengthening the belief that transatlantic relationship matters. You see that this belief is being shattered and challenged from many corners. But after all, if you put all the political agitation aside, of course, the United States and Europe are different, but pretty much in pretty much the same way as ragu alla bolognese and spaghetti bolognese. So the dishes may be kind of formally different and the recipes might differ, but the nature, the main ingredients are basically the same. So I would encourage you to believe in this relationship, in this partnership, in the transatlantic partnership. In the age of technology, in the age of robots, artificial intelligence-driven engines, I believe it's as important as ever to believe in human being and to protect a human being. Not every human is strong. To the contrary, Many human beings are weak. People are weak, and they need someone to lead them. They need someone to guide them, to help them. And when you graduate from places like this, you are the ones who can do that. But to do that, to achieve that, to be successful in that, not to make mistakes with that, you have to believe in the value of a human being. We are not bytes. We are not parts in the equation. We are humans with our pains, with our memories, with our ambitions, with our moments of happiness. And you are the leaders of this future world. Please, always believe in the importance of a human being, because everything we do is, in the end, about them. You may follow the news about the developments of weapons, right? And you mostly hear words like autonomous-driven technology, human-less weapons, or human-less battlefield. Wars, machines do not fight wars, humans do. Machines are tools in the hands of humans. Whatever we do, whether it's peace or war, human is at the center of it. Third, I would say, believe in the power of a team, of a teamwork. Again, we all have our social media accounts, we all feel we are personalities, we all believe, we all have our agencies. We live in societies that are being dramatically, critically fragmented. But it doesn't matter how strong you are, which I'm sure you are, but you cannot achieve really big things on your own. And being able to build bridges between communities, between members of the team, is fundamentally important to succeed with the ambitions and with the dreams you will be having and pursuing in your lives. Unfortunately, I must tell you that one of the biggest hurdles in the success of, be it an academic institution, business organization, or the ministry, or the state, is the ego of the specific person. The ego that that person cannot subjugate to the interest of the whole, to the interest of the organization. I would strongly encourage you to avoid this trap, because together you are always stronger than when you are on your own. Your bosses, well, so first you will start careers in different teams. You will end up as bosses, right? But let me try to share with you my own experience to sum up what I just shared with you. I joined foreign ministry in 2003 at the lowest diplomatic position called attaché, as you know. And I left foreign ministry 21 years later as the minister, which is kind of the highest position. And I want to share two things with you. First, I want you always to hear the question from your bosses when they will be discussing your promotion to the next post. I hope you will always be hearing this question. Don't you think you are too young for this job? Because if they're asking you this question, it means that they see how fast you develop, how fast you grow. And they themselves have to overcome the psychological barrier of appointing you to the higher position that would require more years to come to, but you have already ripened and you are ready. This will be one of the best recognitions you will ever hear from your boss. And second, what your boss is going to expect from you, whether you are attaché or the minister, because ministers also have bosses, are two things. First, ideas. And the higher you get, the higher on the ladder, the higher will be demand for new ideas to solve old problems, or new ideas to solve new problems. There will be systems working routinely to produce solutions, but it is these creative ideas that always allow you to break through the problem and to move to find a way out. And those members of the team who come up with ideas, they are always appreciated by bosses. And second, bosses by definition have tons of problems on their shoulders. And they will always appreciate if you walk into their office and you do not say, "Boss, we have a problem." But when you walk into the office and you say, "Boss, I have taken care of the problem. Trust me, your career will run much faster if you follow these advices." And I am the living evidence. I envy you because there are so many great things laying ahead of you. I envy your parents because they will see you growing, accomplishing so many beautiful things. But on the other hand, I don't. And the reason is the one that I said. We are done. We did our job. Now it's your job. And our lives, to some extent, are also in your hands. So have fun. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Minister Kuleba, for this thoughtful and inspiring speech, and I'm sure it will remain in the minds of our students in the years and the decades that will come. Let me now call my colleague Mark Gilbert, the C. Grove Haynes Professor of History and International Affairs, to introduce the recipient of the Johns Hopkins Award for Best Teacher. Mark, over to you.
Well, first of all, a word of thanks and congratulations to the class of 2025. It's been great fun teaching you, and I've learned a lot from you, and I hope you learned a little bit from me. Since 1992, the Johns Hopkins, I should add, Susanna is nervous because I tend to go off message. Since 1992, the Johns Hopkins Alumni Association has honored outstanding faculty across the university for their exceptional teaching. SAIS Europe students vote annually to select one adjunct professor whose commitment to teaching has left a particularly strong impact. The competition is always fierce. I always think it's a little bit like Champions League football. Sometimes the competition has been won by Bayern Hartmann. Sometimes her domination was challenged by Inter Jacobellis. In recent years, Real Mazza has shown Latin flair and held aloft the trophy. But we have so many fantastic adjuncts who show such great commitment to the school, to student life in Bologna, and to their academic disciplines. And this year's winner fits that description to a T. This is what students have said about this year's winner. An excellent professor with deep expertise and incredible teaching ability. He made complex material accessible and engaging, with bringing humour, clarity, and rigour to every session. Put an enormous amount of effort into the class. We're lucky to have him here at SAIS. I would just add myself as a little coda to those remarks that this professor is the epitome of those adjuncts that we have who do high-profile international jobs in the intervals, the brief intervals, in which they're not at SAIS teaching students. And in the case of our winner, he runs an international trade law practice with offices in I know not how many countries. I've given the winner away. For academic year 2024-25, the winner of the Johns Hopkins Alumni Association Excellence in Teaching is Professor Arthur Appleton. Just a few words to give you some background on Professor Appleton. He's adjunct professor here and partner at Appleton Luff International Lawyers. He has over 35 years of experience in international trade and investment law and has worked with organizations that include the World Bank, WTO, UNCTAD, and the European Union. He holds a PhD and a DS from Graduate Institute in Geneva, a JD from the University of Maryland, and a BA from William & Mary. His scholarly output includes 4 books and more than 50 articles. He is a global authority on trade and sustainable development, investment disputes, and regulatory law. This year, Professor Appleton taught the highly popular course, 21st Century Trade Rules, Basic Principles and Emerging Issues. Designed for non-lawyers, the course explored 21st century challenges in global trade in a dynamic, interactive environment. Students examine topics such as WTO rules, intellectual property, climate change, national security, and public health, engaging in real-world dilemmas in international trade law. And I imagine they've also talked about international trade executive orders as well. Arthur, on behalf of the students and the entire SAIS community, congratulations. We invite you to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. Can you show the picture? Yes. Please. I wish I were too young for this job. Thank you very much, my students, for this tremendous honor. But this is a day for you all, not a day for me. But I think Minister Kobela really hit the hammer on the nail. Your dreams, your teamwork, your ideas are what's going to count for the future. We have left the world in a very challenging, I want to say mess, because it is a mess right now. And it's up to you to help sort it out, to bring peace, to bring prosperity to all parts of the world. You have a lot on your plate. I hope my course has helped a small bit in your future, but we're really counting on you to make our future better. Thank you all very much for the confidence you've shown in me, to the students, to the faculty at SAIS. This is a memorable day for me, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I haven't quite finished. Our next presenter, the person who is going to present the Seagrove, I'm Seagrove Haynes Professor, but we're having somebody else presenting the Seagrove Haynes Prizes for Student Achievement. And our next professor is Professor Nina Hall, Associate Professor of International Relations. I stress the word associate because Professor Hall successfully obtained tenure earlier this year. Her quality as a researcher was doubtless a major factor in this decision. That's beyond my knowledge. I do know that Nina has been a huge force for the good at the school has connected with the student body like few others, and has shown tremendous enthusiasm and commitment to the institution. She has become a Bolognese. I'm sure everyone here will join me in giving her a resounding round of applause to celebrate her achievement.
Thank you, Mark. Well, it's a real pleasure to be able to announce the awards for this year, and wonderful to be able to celebrate with all of you. And I hope you all go out and eat lots of bolognese tonight or in the days that you have left in Bologna. So my role is to announce 4 prizes. We have 3 Grove Haynes Awards, which are named after the Bologna Centre founder and longtime director, commemorating his commitment to international graduate level education in international affairs and to excellent research. And I will then, after that, announce the Gender Prize. So the first 3 prizes have been awarded for the best student paper or research project in the following 3 categories: international policy areas, regions of the world, and the best MAIA thesis. And I'm gonna give you a hint of who's won it. I won't say the name first off, and tell you about the paper, and then I will announce the winner and ask that winner to come forward for their certificate. So the first prize, international policy areas. The winning paper in this category examines the root causes of mass violence against civilians. This is a crucial task for both scholars and practitioners of international affairs, given mass violence is on the rise. The paper combines insights from political psychology with large N statistical analysis to unpack the psychological factors that make people more willing to accept and tolerate violence against civilians. The research does an impressive job moving beyond structural explanations of violence and showing how individual factors such as fear and siege mentality can create an environment in which violence against civilians is not only tolerated, but actively supported. Congratulations to Tala Guni for his paper, Under Siege, examining the link between perceived threat and acceptance of violence. Is Tala here? Yes. The second paper is for regions of the world. The winning paper for this prize examines contemporary governance structures in Ghana. It finds a hybrid blend of traditional governance systems and modern democratic structures, which account for Ghana's long-standing peace and the fact that Ghana has become a positive reference for other African democracies. This paper is particularly impressive because it combines historical, theoretical, and legal perspectives to shed light on global order from a regional perspective. Congratulations to Emanuela Agre for her paper, Hybrid Governance in Post-Colonial Ghana. Congratulations. All right, the next one. This is the best MAIA thesis, so this is a full thesis length piece of work. The winning thesis this year asked an under-researched question. What explains variation in how states respond to cybersecurity threats? The thesis examines 4 cases of cyber attack, 2 attacks on the US by Korea and China respectively, and 2 attacks on Estonia by Russia and Russian-backed private actors. It finds that when there are large differences in power between the attacker and the attacked, governments tend to respond more firmly. What struck the prize committee was the thesis's level of sophistication, both in terms of methodology and writing, and it makes an incredibly important contribution to a policy-relevant issue in an time of increasing cyber attacks. And you've all got who it is. Congratulations to Dara Lang for her outstanding thesis. Congratulations. So the last prize I'm awarding is the Excellence in Gender Prize. Since 2019, we have had this prize. It was established by the Global Women Leadership Student Group of the Bologna class of 2018 and the Bologna class of 1975. This prize recognizes the importance of research into how gender shapes international affairs, and it honors the best research paper or article produced by SAIS Europe students which engages a gender perspective to examine international relations. And like all the prizes, this faced strong competition. The winning paper examined patterns of gender-based violence in Mali during its civil war. It draws on an impressive range of existing theories of gender-based violence and finds that there are both regional and group-specific patterns to gender-based violence. For instance, jihadist and ethnic groups use gender-based violence in Mali for ideological control. It also finds that when states are stronger and can impose order, there are lower rates of gender-based violence. Congratulations to Martina Migliorisi for an exceptional paper. Let's have one last large round of applause for all the award winners. And now, please welcome, join me in welcoming to the stage Gabriela Calabro. She's the SAIS Europe Director of Student Affairs, and she will be presenting the candidates for their degrees. Welcome, Gabriela.
Thank you, Professor Hall. Thank you, all of you. Good evening. It's a pleasure to spend this evening with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Here we are at the highlight of our evening, the highlight of our year, and personally a highlight of my job. It is my pleasure to introduce our 2025 degree candidates. We'll start with our degree candidates for the Master of Arts in International Affairs. Graduates, please stand up. Emanuela Nameche Agri. Anastasia Andronacci. Wendila Wasilat Palestine Babone. Louis Bazil. Rosanna Bendogni. Matthew Saul Bickman. Laura Blaze. Matteo Brinatti. Eleonora Lucia Camarano. Emma Cateau. Luigi Celli. Guido Chiuderi. Sumeya El-Fatah El-Kashif. Amalia Marie Ann Aslam Forrester. Emily Gerlach. Hannah Lena Marie Gassang. Martin Antonio Bratier. Massimo Guglietta. William Lewis Hill IV. Sophie Elizabeth Renacek. Kahan Hu. Sarah Elizabeth Huber. Daria Sophia Lange. Bram Leffering Opreining.
We stick together and see it through, 'cause you got a friend.
Julia Lopez Ramos.
And some of the folks might be a little smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. Maybe
Unam Avela Manzini.
as the years go by, a friendship will never die.
Shore Martin Mazzori.
You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a
Martina
friend in me.
Milurisi.
You got a friend in me.
Jordan Ariel Moss. Piran Nee. Rosie Amawenha Okio Pa Monshi. Simone Orbitello. Samuel Thomas Parmer. Andrea Carnice. Josephine Carlotta Patrick. Giulio Porelli. Leonie Ingrid Dagmar Schmitz. Clara Smilkovich. Alex Tyler Smith. Diana Carolina Sosa. Myron Okunlasola Shuntande Ajiseno. Catherine Torres. Thomas Trimble. Hal Wu. And not with us with the evening, Ming Hao Sun. I'll now present our candidates for the Master of Arts in Global Risk. John Michael James Connolly. Samantha Madison Marchand. John Dickinson Parse. Aristomenes Paratis. Matthew James Steigoff. I'll now present our candidates for the Master of Arts in European Public Policy. Odile Dress. Min So Kim. Ian Philip Kovachevich. Emma Hutton Summers. Annabelle Viza. I'll now present our candidates for the Master of Arts in International Public Policy. Cynthia Marlene Gaeta Huerta. Jolie K. Grossman. Ian Petrus Landi. Nicole Michaels. Garrett Anthony Rose. I'll now present our candidates for the Master of Arts in International Relations. Yunjin Liang. Martine Makarian. Emily Alicia Bergmeyer Parrish. Hao Yan. Yi Xiao Zhou. And finally, it is my pleasure to introduce our candidates for the Doctorate in International Affairs. Sarah Musavi. Lena Savaked. Congratulations to our class of 2025 graduates. Please join me in another round of applause. I'd now like to introduce my colleague, Bart Drakulich, to the stage to introduce our Student Government Association. Thank you, Bart. Thank you all.
I know your hands might be hurting from all the applause we've shared tonight, but please, one more round of applause for the graduating students. What a tremendous achievement. So while honoring our degree candidates is the heart of this evening, tonight is truly a celebration of the entire SAIS Europe class of 2025, a remarkable group of individuals who have shaped this year with spirit, purpose, and resilience. As part of that celebration, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our student government for their outstanding service to our community. Each year, we have the privilege of working closely with the SGA team, and I'm always inspired by their dedication, not only to their classmates, but to the SAIS Europe experience as a whole. This year's SGA not only organized many of the events we've come to love, from the Halloween party to Bursting the Bubble Wednesdays, and the first ever SAIS Europe Student Symposium, a major initiative that showcased student research and fostered academic exchange. Beyond events, they've been tireless advocates, representing student interests, partnering with the administration on key concerns, and sustaining the close-knit nature of our campus during a year filled with uncertainty and change. And I'd like to add, I'm going to go off script, that this is my 25th student government, and of all the student governments I've ever worked with, you have been by far the best. And yes, I say that every year, but it's still true. You just get better every year. Okay, so on behalf of the faculty and staff, thank you for your dedication, creativity, and care. SGA members, please join me on stage now as I read your names. Let's give them the recognition they so richly deserve. First of all, we have the academic chair, Mr. Asher Johnson. Next, we have the Career Services Chair, Ferdinand Jouet. And of course, the most important position, Treasurer, Theodore Judson. Maybe the second most important position, Events Chair, Lucy Peng. And the actual most important position, your President, Josephine Petrick. So thank you all for your work throughout the year, and it is now my pleasure to give the stage to Josephine to deliver the 2025 student address.
Welcome, dear SAIS community, family, and friends. It is a pleasure to celebrate this day with all of you. Dear Bologna class of 2025, congratulations on having mastered this last academic year. I'm very grateful and proud of all of us for having made it through this intense time all together. When I welcomed you to SAIS in September last year, I asked you to contribute to this community, to make it your own. I asked this because it made my life a lot easier as student government president, but most importantly, I asked you because having a community makes all the difference. In my mind, a community consists of three elements: the people, the space, and the shared experience. A community is a group of people who is interested in one another and cares for one another. During this last year, we met people from all around the world. We built likely and unlikely friendships. And we did not just study international relations, we lived international relations. A community is also a space of growth. And I don't say that because I think we constantly need to improve ourselves. I say that because a community is not about putting each other down, but about lifting each other up. It is a space to become more open-minded, more curious, and more confident than we were before. A lot of our community was centered around academic spaces. This last year, we took classes and attended beeper seminars and joined student clubs to become well-versed experts in our field. These academic discussions is what many of us chose to come to SAIS for. Yet, we also grew a lot outside the classroom. During this past year, the world changed drastically. We heard that just now. It was in conversation with each other that we created a space of understanding different cultures, perspectives, and ways of thinking. We did not always agree, but we certainly started to comprehend this world a little better. The third dimension of a community, in my mind, is the shared experience. Yes, after the last weeks, all of us can confirm that going through intense exam weeks together is a core experience of life at SAIS and one that unites us. Congratulations again. You can give yourself a round of applause. But the SAIS community and the SAIS experience goes much beyond the academic challenges. We spent evenings at Giulio's in the bars and parks of this beautiful city. We explored the beauty of Italy and Europe together. The SAIS Europe experience will unite us for years and decades to come. On a day of farewell, I find that a very comforting thought. Now, communities like ours do not just come out of nowhere. The SAIS Europe community in particular is created and maintained by many, many wonderful people. So some thank yous are in order. Dear club leads and initiators, thank you for your creativity, your energy, and your passion in putting up fantastic events all year. To give you an idea, we studied the regions and practiced the religions of this world. We danced, we debated, and we drank wine. We ran, we cycled, and we played culture. Dear Giulio, dear band, thank you for bringing us together on so many wonderful Friday evenings of this year. Dear staff members, thank you for running this school with so much love and care. Dear faculty, thank you for creating these academic spaces of learning and growth and for sharing your wisdom with us. Dear Gabby, dear Lucy, dear Asher, dear Ferdinand, and dear Theo, thank you for your dedication to student well-being. It was an honor and a pleasure to work with you. I think that's a round of applause for everyone I just named. Today, we celebrate the end of an intense and wonderful year of community. But we do not just celebrate in a vacuum. During this last year, the world around us changed. Populism, democratic backsliding, and atrocities shape the political discourse. Many of us are struggling to make sense of these changes. We are struggling to see a future for ourselves in this world and in the institutions and offices we once planned to work for. We are struggling to find a way to have a positive impact. I'm not claiming to have the solution for this challenge, but I want to remind you that this past year, we added many tools to our toolkit of making a difference. We learned to listen and to read, to analyze, to write, and convince. Most importantly, though, we learned what it means to come together during times of division. We learned to create and maintain a truly intercultural community. So as you think about your next steps, know that you carry the recipe for community within you. Find people with a common passion, create space for growth, and seek shared experiences. Thank you for having been my community for these past years. I cannot wait to celebrate with you.
challenging, goofy, and very worth it.
I had no idea how great it would be until I came here.
It was not just studies, not just master's degree, it was the whole experience.
I'm truly grateful for this year, so thank you everybody.
SAIS Europe, it is an international world-class school, but it's locally rooted and it's very well connected in Europe. It has amazing academics, world-class scholars.
Probably the best place to prepare yourself for an international career in policy, politics, but even business.
At the same time, it feels like a community, almost like a family. We are hardworking people, but at the same time, we also know how to enjoy life.
It's a place that combines academic rigor, professional alum, and the delicacy of Italian food and gelato.
SAIS is a unique place where people from all around the world come together with an open mind and an open heart.
Like a little laboratory, right? But we're not creating chemicals. We're doing thought experiments about how the world can be different, right? About how to think through politics as it's happening.
SAIS gives you exactly what you want because it tells you who you are and what you want to do after. And it gives you the skills that you need in order to pursue that.
And will help you discover something that you never even thought you had.
It's a community of people who care about the world. And the fact that it's a community is what makes it SAIS Europe.
What I've learned here was academically superb.
Most of your studying will take place in these small groups.
The way of teaching is also an interactions among students.
Even if we come from different religions, from different culture, we had a shared common goal to get the degree, to become one of the best policymakers.
And you get to interact with a lot of practitioners, both academically, so a lot of your professors will have been working in the fields that they're teaching you about.
Like just professors knowing your name and calling you in class by name, like crazy.
The faculty here is very responsive to student needs, and that creates to an overall very lively, welcoming, open-minded atmosphere.
I chose SAIS for several reasons, but I think the biggest one was the fact that I felt a certain amount of warmth and welcomeness from the alumni that I spoke to.
I knew the prestige and the status of this degree of this university would open me more opportunities.
I continuously talk with SAIS alums. As long as you say you're from SAIS, they're always willing to arrange a chat with you.
If it wasn't for SAIS, I don't think I would have the opportunities lined up that I have now.
The personal driver of people here is really to have an impact outside of these walls.
Because here you can always see the people who never give up in trying to contribute to international cooperation.
The classroom environment here is just unmatchable.
Here at SAIS, you are going to meet people from all over the world, students from more than 50 countries. That is a lot of knowledge in one place.
The sharing of knowledge moment doesn't end in the classroom.
And it's also a good occasion for peer learning, so learning from your peers that have different experiences, that very often have worked already, that have done different studies, different undergrads.
I have learned to embrace complexity. I've also learned to be very confident in navigating international spaces and working with people from different cultures.
I think that's the strongest thing at SAIS, is like the people.
I had a fantastic time here in Bologna.
Bologna is a beautiful medieval city with very cute, very authentic narrow streets. The people are very friendly, very welcoming, and as French I also love the food and the wine.
In the US, it's a very car-dependent country, so I liked being able to just freely walk whenever I'm on my way to class, like stopping by at gelato place or different bookstores as I'm walking to class.
La Dolce Vita was worth it, yeah.
I really enjoyed enjoyed spring break, and I got to spend a week in Sicily with my really good friends from SAIS.
During the winter break, we went with a group of friends to Innsbruck. After that, we went by train to the Vienna Ball to see all the other SAIS students.
I participated in many nice events. The ball, the trips, the Halloween party, the Thanksgiving dinner. But for me, what stood out the most were the small moments in between classes, hanging out at Giulio's, having coffee, chatting with classmates. These are the moments that I'm gonna remember the most.
Every Friday that I spent with my friends at Giulio's bar, doing the aperitivos, were the best Fridays of my life. And I met so many special people that I will never forget.
Congratulations! We tried our best. We worked hard, day and night. We made it.
Congratulations to all our graduates.
Congratulazioni ragazzi.
In bocca al lupo a tutti.
Congratulations.
And welcome to the alumni community.
We are immensely proud of you.
Great job.
You're now part of the SAIS Europe community.
I wanted to thank you for all your engagement over this past year.
You've taught me a lot. I hope we've taught you a lot.
Let me wish you all the luck you deserve.
Go out into the world, make us proud, do some good, and try to make a little money while you're at it.
And I hope you keep fond memories of your year here in Bologna.
I hope that you will encounter happiness, peace, and fall in love with something that you really like and that can drive your passion in the future.
And I look forward to seeing many of you in different functions.
My wish is that you find your way of contributing to social and political innovation.
In particular, the world needs you now more than ever.
Go out there and meet the challenges and try to make the changes, guys.
Personally, I hope you will elect to do good things with your knowledge that you've gained at Johns Hopkins and with your life, and I wish you all the best.
Make your mark on the world in the future.
In bocca al lupo per il vostro sviluppo professionale e la vostra carriera.
What I wish for you going forwards is that you continue to change people in the same way that you've changed me.
First, never give up in spite of difficulties. And second, try to cultivate character skills and not only cognitive skills.
Follow your passions and go change the world.
You have an enormous potential. Just don't forget to be happy.
Do not grow weary. Do not grow weary, but gently, as one might offer a hand to a bird. Reach for the miracle. Congratulations.
Ci vediamo tra 5 anni per un altro aperitivo come si deve.
We look forward to welcoming you back to Bologna as alumni.
I wish for us to find a way to balance short-term adventures and thrills with long-term goals and careers.
That we all find our path, and I wish that we keep exploring.
That we follow our hearts.
A peaceful and joyful completion of their SAIS journey, and I think there's a lot to expect beyond SAIS.
I think it's scary and also exciting to go into the real world.
We never forget the responsibility that we have as well to use everything that we've learned at SAIS to better the world and help others.
Stay true to your principles. Be aware of all of those who your decisions ultimately will impact, to make sure you remain committed to all of that youth idealism that you wear during your studies here.
Challenges in the international space keep getting bigger and bigger, but then I wish us all courage to uphold the values that we shared here at SAIS.
Challenges are always there, but if we stay strong, we can overcome everything.
If all the dreams of all the students here would actually happen, the world would be a better place.
And I believe they will be able to do that. They're smart cookies.
I wish we stay in contact with each other.
Keep this close connection that we've been able to build.
Buongiorno, cari studenti di italiano.
Speriamo che continuerete ad usare l'italiano anche fuori dalla scuola
chissà come e dove.
وبالعربي مبروك وكل عام وأنتم بألف خير.
Io vi ringrazio perché è stato molto bello imparare a volare insieme.
Et je vous souhaite de continuer et je voudrais aussi vous dire de penser que tout ira bien et d'être optimiste.
Das war ein tolles Jahr mit euch. Vielen Dank, dass ich euch begleiten durfte und alles Gute für eure Zukunft.
At Mayora.
Thank you so much for being a pleasure to work with.
You will always be welcome in Bologna.
It has been a great pleasure to have you here. So now break the mold and take your place in the world. Best of luck. Just remember, step by step, you will walk 1,000 miles.
My best wishes for a life full of success, health, and happiness.
And I look forward to welcoming you all back in the library as alumni.
Have a great summer.
All the best for the future.
And stay in touch.
Congratulations to the class of 2025.
You guys made it. I wanted to wish you guys a bunch of success in your future.
I just hope that whatever you do in your life, you go there and do that with all the values that we've learned here.
Every day is a day to make a difference, and when you wake up in the morning, that's your chance to make that difference.
I wish you resilience in all that you do, balance, and of course, the joy of living in the moment going forward and for many years to come.
10, 20 years from now, we're all able to look back and be very, very grateful for the way that things turned out. Wish you the best of success and a really happy life.
Pick up the phone and answer those LinkedIn messages and keep in touch.
Have a wonderful summer and see you all after.
Vi auguro tutti e tutte, sono molto contento di laurearmi con voi.
And see you back in Bologna in 2030 for our 5-year reunion.
Ciao.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Wow, that was touching, wasn't it? Congratulations again to all of you. Thank you for joining and taking part in this beautiful video. And I think a much-deserved round of applause goes to Susanna for having put it together. And so here we are. Congratulations again, Bolognese of the class of 2025. I know I'm standing between you and the cocktails, so I know I have to be brief, and I will. I'm here on behalf of the SAIS Europe Development and Alumni Relations team to officially welcome you to the world of the Bolognese alumni. It's a community, as I have heard from many of you referring to, of unique individuals. We count 9,000 of them, you included, in the world. Every one of them spent a year in Bologna, which they refer to as a transformational year in their life. You are not only joining the Bolognese community, you are also part of a much larger SAIS alumni community that counts 25,000 alumni, and the even larger Hopkins alumni community of 260,000 individuals. You're not alone out there. Don't be scared. You don't have to change the world by yourself. There's a lot of other alumni there that are looking forward to connecting with you. As I look at you, I know, and I'm sure you do realize the same, that you're definitely not the same ones who arrived at campus back in August last year. You have grown. You are now different, stronger individuals. Our faculty has given you the tools to analyze the complexities of the world. You have learned how to think strategically and outside the box. You have met people from across the world and have learned how to cherish differences. You have forged lasting relationships with your classmates, but also with the staff and faculty, and I also hope with some of my fellow citizens Bolognese. During the course of the year, I know you have had the pleasure to benefit firsthand from our welcoming alumni community through their financial support, their advice, and professional mentoring. The experience in Bologna has changed you. And though you are all unique individuals, you are now part of the Bolognese. And you share with them a unique mindset and a unique passion for Bologna. As you can see, our alumni network is truly global. We count several alumni groups spread around the continents highlighted in this map. Everywhere your personal and professional life will take you, be sure, you will probably be able to connect with someone with your own same affiliation. And at this point in time, we're here, the Development and Alumni Relation team, to help you connect with them and establish and maintain those connections. A dedicated SAIS alumni webpage is available to you as alumni to provide useful resources and important information, including lists of upcoming events and initiatives. A monthly newsletter will start coming your way soon. Please read through it. You will find a lot of interesting information there. And we also have distributed a contact card for all of you in your mailboxes at school, so in case you haven't already collected it, please do so before you leave, so you know how to maintain contacts with the school, and more importantly, allow us to know where you are so that we can connect you with your fellow Bolognese. We want to stay in touch with you and look forward to seeing you as frequently as possible. We, from the Bologna team, are organizing a number of events with other Bolognese alumni community throughout Europe, but also in the US. I am listing here a few of those that we've been working on for the coming fall, and we of course look forward to seeing you in New York and in many of the other European capitals throughout the fall. Mark your calendar, please, and keep reading the newsletter that will provide you with more information about other events in the US as well as in Asia. And now that you are part of the alumni community, we look at you to shape it and make it an even stronger and broader community for our future. You are now ambassadors as well as stakeholders of SAIS Europe, and we rely on your engagement to continue to improve the SAIS Europe experience for the next generations of Bolognese. And as you can see in the slide, and it was mentioned also in the video, your first next appointment is in Bologna in 2030 for your first 5-year reunion. And I challenge you on 100% participation. So please mark your calendars. It will probably be between the end of April and early May. You may remember having seen a few of our alumni, right? A couple of weeks ago around the school for Alumni Weekend. Please come back. And now I'm at the end of my remarks, and I really want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing SAIS. Thank you for choosing to spend 1 year of your life with us in Bologna. Congratulations to you all, and buona fortuna e a presto. Ciao.
Well, you've been patiently listening to an impressive series of speeches, so rest assured, I'm not going to inflict one more upon you. Let me, however, say one last thing before we part. You've heard it already, but it's really true. The class of 2025 has really been a wonderful incarnation of the mission for which SAIS Europe was founded. Your intellectual curiosity, your dedication inside and outside the classroom, and your deep engagement with one another have left and will leave a lasting mark on this campus, notably if you continue to visit it on a regular basis, as you've just been invited to do by Gabriella. You now have a degree, but you're not leaving SAIS with a degree only. Hopefully, you're leaving it with a broadened perspective, and what is no less important, with lifelong friendships. As you go forward, I would really encourage you to carry the spirit of this experience with you. Be ambassadors of the school and be ambassadors of this city, which has welcomed you and all of us, has challenged you and has helped us make a very peculiar experience. It has been for us a great privilege to accompany you on this journey. My colleagues and I, let me say it one last time, we are deeply proud of you for all you have achieved, and even more excited, of course, for all that lies ahead of you. Wherever life will take you, know that you always have a home here in Bologna. On behalf of the entire faculty and staff, congratulations to each and every one of you. And let me now, finally, invite all of you and your guests to return to the school for a little cocktail and a dinner reception. I look forward to raising a glass together and hearing about what you have in mind for the future. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
When the dinner is cold and the chatter gets old, you ask for the tab. Oh, that moment again, he's insisting that friends look at each other like that. When the words of a sister come back and whisper.